here, so I'll jump right into it. You're just days away from headlining WrestleMania 31 against Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Championship. What is the pressure like to be in your first WrestleMania singles match as well as your first WrestleMania main event?
Well, the if we're gonna call it pressure, I'd say it's exciting. I'm pumped. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. You can't write stories like this. Well, I guess you can, but it just feels really good. It's great to be out here on the West Coast in San Francisco in the San Jose area. I was at Levi Stadium yesterday, just looking around. I got to tour their facilities and everything. So it's just an awesome opportunity, and I couldn't be any happier.
It's awesome. It's awesome. And have you, coming from a family with Sika and The Rock and Rikishi, have you gotten any advice from your peers, your family, or some of the other veterans about the WrestleMania main event experience?
Absolutely, and that's something I'm so fortunate to have is the resources that you kind of just tapped into there. For me, it's all about gaining as much experience as fast as I can. So, with my family, I'm able to just communicate and talk and ask questions, and the it seems like the consensus is just live in the moment, have fun, and regardless of what happens, this is the biggest opportunity I'm ever going to have. So just live in it and, just practice humility and just represent our family.
Awesome. Awesome. I have to ask you, the reaction to the boos. Have the boos gotten to you at all?
It's one of those things. It does a little bit, I'm not going to lie. I care a lot about what I do. I have a deep passion for wrestling, sports entertainment, and just performance, in front of a live crowd in general. So obviously you want things to be positive and support you. But at the same time, I really firmly believe that the fans, they have a choice. They paid their hard-earned money. It's their opinion, and we live in a great country where you can voice that. So it's on them. No matter what happens to me, I'm gonna work my butt off. I'm gonna go out there and perform, to the best of my ability, and the rest will take care of itself.
Other than yours, is there a match on the show that you're specifically looking forward to watching?
I am. That's the great part of WrestleMania. It's the grandest stage of them all. Some of the best matchups. It's not like other sports where it's just one game. There's so many different games being played, and with that being said, I'm really pumped for Triple H and Sting. I have to say there's another unique opportunity for a younger talent in Bray Wyatt taking on The Undertaker. And, as we saw last year, the Beast, Brock Lesnar, broke the streak. So I'm very curious to see how Undertaker bounces back and, how he uses his wisdom and his experience to, get back on track. And also, with that being said, with younger guys, I would say the IC ladder match is going to be as physical as there's going to be in, a matchup for WrestleMania.
A WrestleMania dream match for you. If you could pick a guy, past or present, to have a WrestleMania main event against, who would it be?
I'm doing it, man. It's happening for me this year. Brock Lesnar, the Beast incarnate, a guy who carries, so much respect, not only in the the UFC world, but in sports entertainment world as well, and just such a great athlete. And he's a proven competitor, and I'm looking forward to showing what I can do and proving my abilities.
What is it about the Samoan heritage, the Samoan blood, that intangible, that's not only made so many good pro wrestlers, but so many great, successful professional wrestlers?
Well, thank you for that. But I think the main thing is it's our blood. We have it in us, that intensity, that aggression that we can tap into, and I think it's extremely believable. It's something that we are able to get lost in, and I think not only for myself I'm able to do it, but there's going to be a long line of more family members of mine coming up. So if there's one thing we can do, it's reproduce. So you're going to see many follow in my footsteps as well.
Awesome. So really short story. My first experience with pro wrestling was I was about 7 years old, wandered into my dad's room. He had the New York feed on, and there was an interview with the Wild Samoans, Blackjack Mulligan and Captain Lou Albano, and they scared the living daylights out of me. But they scared me so much that I was just drawn to it. So, for you, what was it like as a kid bringing your friends to the house and meeting your father firsthand?
It was awesome. Like you said, it's a bit of a scary persona and a larger than life out there persona. So, a lot of times when, I'd bring friends over, other kids from the neighborhood, they'd be really shocked of just how laid back and cool he was. And, most of the times when you come off the road, you're tired. So he would just be super calm. But the big thing is, when you're the only kid with a wrestling ring in your backyard, that's a huge distraction. So I think, he could have been, just terrifying, but they'd still love him because he had a wrestling ring in his backyard.
Did you ever consider MMA at all along your trajectory?
I didn't. And one thing I'm kind of disappointed, throughout my sports days is I never got into amateur wrestling. Growing up in Pensacola, Florida, football and baseball were kind of the big sports and what I was pushed to do. And, amateur wrestling never popped up, and I thought that would have been a really nice segue, as I got older into the mixed martial arts. So I'm a little bummed that I didn't ever get to, dabble in that, that side of athletics. But, I think my path happened for a reason, and I'm pretty happy where I'm at.
Big story outside of the ring is your opponent, the champ, Brock Lesnar, re-signing. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's great. Anytime we can lock down top talent, Brock he's a proven veteran. He's been in the ring and he's performed at the highest levels, and he's going to do so again Sunday. So I think it's awesome, and it's just another guarantee that he's going to show up Sunday.
I have to ask you about the Snickers Who Are You When You're Hungry contest. Can you talk a little bit about that?
That's something I'm very proud to, be a part of, to partner up with Snickers. That's the question, who are you when you're hungry? And as we know, anything can happen when you're hungry. So for me, I was able to, show a different side than most people were expecting, a bit of an insecure, questionable side of me. And then, you take one bite and everything's better. And then you could see it in the commercial. I snapped out of it, and a bit of a kick out, if you will. And, I was back to the regular me.
And finally, so far, your personal favorite match thus far in your career?
There's been a lot. I tend to favor the ones that are on the, the higher level or the more prestigious matches, which are usually in a pay-per-view or, a WrestleMania setting. And with that being said, I think thus far it'd have to either be, the SummerSlam match against Randy Orton or the Fastlane match against Daniel Bryan. They were both awesome matches, great guys to compete against, and hopefully there'll be many more down the road.
Well, this has been great. Real honor. Wish you lots of luck, and hope to talk to you again sometime down the line.
Thanks, man. Do me a favor. If you get a chance, go check out the Snickers Facebook page, and you can find out everything and anything you want. You can also see that commercial.
Excellent. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.